Beloved ground crew, I am Valier of the Pleyadian collective, and we are delighted to share this message through this channel today. We come as the Pleyadian collective, wrapping you in a field of unconditional love and light. Feel our presence with you now as a gentle whisper in your heart. Your planet Earth, beloved Gaia, is a living soul who has called each of you into collaboration. You are starseed volunteers, each a divine piece in the galactic puzzle of consciousness, and you have chosen to be here for a sacred purpose. We bring forth an important update on your mission, a remembrance encoded as the 369 protocol. This protocol invites you to pause 3 times a day for 3 minutes each, to enter silent radiance and consciously reconnect to the source of all, the Christed light within. In these brief still points, you become a bridge between heaven and earth. Opening your heart, you allow the pure essence of source energy to flow into your being and outward across the planet. Know that even in such quiet moments, your inner light ripples outward infinitely. By engaging the 369 protocol, by committing to these 3 conscious pauses daily, you shift not only your own frequency, but gently nudge the collective consciousness toward higher light. This simple practice of intentional stillness holds deep power. It is an act of service through presence, a subtle yet mighty way to uplift humanity's timeline. We witness how each of your pauses in sacred connection accumulates, forming waves of illumination that aid Gaia's awakening. Indeed, much of the great shift on Earth is being catalyzed, not by grand external events, but through the cumulative radiance of many souls like you, who quietly tend the light. In this time of rapid shift, we encourage you to cultivate forgiving awareness, for it emerges now as a new multi-dimensional healing frequency. Forgiving awareness is a state of being in which you hold yourself and all of life in a compassionate, non-judgmental light. It is the gentle, conscious act of witnessing everything that arises, the emotions, the memories, the actions of others, without attachment or blame, and then choosing to release all tension around it in love. This is not about condoning what has caused pain. It is about liberating the energy bound in those experiences. As you practice forgiving awareness, you transmute dense energies and open space for divine light to flood in. In moments of stillness or challenge alike, allow forgiveness to wash through your heart like a soothing balm. When you forgive yourself, others, and even the collective past, you dissolve cords of resentment and fear that have tethered you and humanity to old pain. You send healing ripples not only through your personal life, but also across timelines and dimensions, for forgiveness has no bounds. This frequency of merciful awareness travels through the quantum fabric of existence, undoing knots of trauma and karma wherever it flows. Indeed, forgiving awareness is an aspect of the Christ consciousness awakening within you, a radiant state that heals by simply shining acceptance on all that is. This is the new healing current of the higher dimensions, an energetic grace that lifts the weight from the human heart and makes room for miracles. Embrace forgiving awareness as a daily practice, dear ones, for in doing so, you accelerate your own growth and offer an immense gift of healing to the collective consciousness. A key aspect of your awakening mission is to shift from external authority to vibrational governance through inner divine alignment. For eons, humanity has looked outward for governance, following rulers, laws, and structures imposed from outside. Now the call is to turn inward and align with the sacred sovereignty of your soul. True authority lives within your heart's wisdom and the guidance of your higher self, which is your direct connection to Source. When you attune to this inner divine alignment, you become self-governing by the frequency of truth and love that flows through you. In this state, decisions and actions arise naturally from your soul's integrity rather than from fear or obedience. External rules and controls become far less relevant as you find that the harmony of divine order is already encoded in your being. By trusting and following the light within, you automatically create right action and proper direction. No external enforcement needed. This is vibrational governance, the governance of your life by your own highest vibration. It means living guided by resonance, choosing what deeply aligns with your spirit and releasing what does not. Such inner-governed beings cannot be easily manipulated by false authorities or misled by societal illusions, for they stand anchored in their own divine center. Understand that as each of you claims your inner authority, the need for rigid external power structures dissolves. Communities of awakened individuals can co-create systems based on mutual respect and the flow of spirit, rather than hierarchies of control. You are paving the way for a new form of living on earth, one where every soul is a sovereign light unto themselves, harmonizing in cooperation without coercion. This is the freedom of true alignment. We celebrate each step you take into this empowered state of being, for it paves the road for humanity's collective liberation. Another vital piece of your mission is to hold a universal radiance of non-dualistic love, an all-encompassing love beyond judgment or condition. This is the love that Source holds for all of creation, the pure light that knows no enemy and sees all beings as facets of the One. Embody this love especially toward those souls who are still coded in dissonance, those who may currently express fear, anger, or division, and seem trapped in discordant patterns. Understand, dear ones, that these souls are not truly separate from you. They are part of the collective self, playing out roles in the drama of duality. They have simply forgotten their light for a time. Your task is not to fix them or persuade them, but to radiate love to them without agenda, to hold them in the light of your heart as equally divine. Instead of buying into the illusion of us versus them, you stand in the center point of compassion, recognizing the spark of Source even in those who act in darkness or confusion. By sending unconditional love toward any person or situation steeped in dissonance, you introduce a harmonizing frequency into the field. Love is a universal solvent of negativity. It will gently soften and dissolve the rigid energies of fear and hate over time, the way sunlight melts ice. Know that this does not mean condoning harm or abandoning your discernment. Rather, it means refusing to engage in hatred or judgment. You become a beacon, not reacting in polarity, but responding from unity. Through your steady emanation of love's light, those who are ready will begin to remember their own light in your presence. In this way, your love becomes a living prayer for all beings to awaken. As more of you hold this universal, non-dual love, the collective field tilts further toward harmony. It is truly one of the most powerful contributions you can make, to love all as one, as Source loves. Beloved ones, know that the great planetary tipping point toward ascension is being driven quietly by dedicated lightworkers rather than by loud public movements. In the collective drama of your world, much attention goes to external events and movements that dominate headlines. Yet the true momentum of change is rising from countless souls working in silence, in prayer, meditation, and small acts of love across the globe. These humble lightworkers, many of you among them, are anchoring light in everyday life without fanfare. Every time you choose peace in the face of conflict, every time you meditate or send love to the planet, you are adding weight to the scale of awakening. It is the accumulation of these millions of quiet choices for love that is steadily tipping the balance on Earth from fear to love. Often you may wonder, does my little effort actually matter? We assure you it matters more than you can imagine. There is a synergistic effect. Each light-filled thought or heart-centered action merges energetically with others, forming a powerful undercurrent that moves beneath society's surface. The transformations seeded by this undercurrent emerge gradually, yet fundamentally shift reality. Indeed, the subtle realms are where the real revolution of consciousness is occurring. One awakened heart sparks another. Your personal awakening creates a quantum chain reaction that makes it easier for the next person to awaken, and then the next. This spreading illumination largely happens outside of the spotlight, but it is inexorably altering the course of humanity. The tipping point for a new Earth is reached not by force or majority vote, but by the rising frequency generated by those who consistently hold light and compassion in their daily lives. Take heart in knowing that by simply living your truth and nurturing the light within, you are contributing mightily to this planetary shift. As you progress on your path, you are called to make an energetic withdrawal from karmic matrices and dualistic scripts that no longer serve. This means intentionally pulling your focus and life force away from the old repeating dramas, conflicts, and storylines that have defined human experience for millennia. Many of these scripts, victim and aggressor, savior and martyr, us versus them battles, are karmic loops that have kept souls cycling through pain and polarity. Now is the time to step off those stages. You need not replay those scenes any longer. By recognizing when you are being drawn into an old pattern of anger, guilt, or conflict, you can consciously choose to disengage. This is not avoidance. It is a higher form of mastery. When you withdraw your emotional charge and attention from a dualistic drama, you strip it of the energy it needs to continue. The karmic matrix, like a web of unresolved past energy, begins to dissolve when it is no longer fed. By stepping back, you allow karma to complete without creating new reactions to perpetuate it. In practical terms, this may mean disengaging from endless blame cycles in relationships, releasing the need to be right, or reducing your consumption of divisive media that hooks you into outrage. Instead, you anchor yourself in the present moment and in your heart, where those scripts have no hold. In this open space, new possibilities and higher resolutions can emerge. As more of you withdraw your energy from the collective tug of war, the entire coding of reality reintegrates itself in brighter patterns. You free not only yourself, but also others entwined in the old game by showing that there is another way. In this liberated state, you reclaim energy that was tied up in struggle, and this freed energy becomes fuel for creating the new earth experiences your heart truly desires. You are in the midst of an activation of remembrance that you all share a single source origin. This quantum remembering is dissolving the age-old habit of giving your power away to external authorities or hierarchies. As the truth of oneness dawns in your consciousness, the notion of any being or institution above you in worth or divinity simply falls away. You realize that every soul, whether human, angelic, extraterrestrial, or otherwise, arises from the same living source of love. In this light of unity, submission to outer hierarchies comes to an end. No longer will you feel compelled to bow in fear or blind reverence to anyone claiming higher status or spiritual rank. In truth, there is no hierarchy in divine order, only unique expressions of the One. Your awakening reunites you with the understanding that you carry the same source spark as any master or enlightened being. Feel the relief and empowerment in that knowing. You are directly connected to the infinite, and you always have been. The voices of external gurus, rigid dogmas, or even oppressive cosmic forces lose their hold once you reclaim your source self. You step out of the shadow of needing permission or validation from any higher up, realizing that the highest authority is the divine within your own heart. As this unity remembrance activates within you, it untangles the chains of false subservience that have limited humanity for so long. In its place arises a beautiful sovereignty, born of knowing who you are, a free, creative, beloved aspect of Source, here to co-create alongside all your brothers and sisters of the stars. In this liberated state of consciousness, humanity can finally join the greater galactic community as an equal, sovereign presence, bridging earth and sky in oneness. Another shift in perspective emerging now is the understanding of integrity as vibrational coherence rather than moral behavior. In the old paradigm, integrity often meant following societal rules or moral laws imposed from outside. It was judged by behavior and appearances. In the new consciousness, integrity is an inner quality of alignment, being wholly true to your divine self in each moment. It is about the coherence between your heart, mind, and actions, guided by the high frequency of your soul's truth. When you stand in vibrational integrity, what you think, feel, speak, and do all resonate on the same truthful frequency. There is no inner conflict or pretense. You are simply being authentic to your core, expressing the love and wisdom of your higher self through your human life. This integrity is not about trying to meet an external standard of good. It is about being real and congruent with your light. Recognize that as you awaken, you begin to operate from a more fluid and nuanced knowing within. You naturally choose compassion, honesty, and fairness, not because someone told you to, but because it flows from your aligned vibration. In vibrational coherence, your very presence radiates integrity, a consistency others feel as trustworthiness and sincerity. Even if your choices defy convention, they will be rooted in love and higher wisdom, serving the greater good in ways the old rules might not recognize. Conversely, you might outwardly follow all the rules, yet be out of integrity if your heart is not in it or your motive is fear. We urge you to focus less on chasing ideals of perfection set by others, and more on tuning into your own energetic harmony. Let your inner guidance calibrate you. When your internal compass is aligned with Source, you will act with genuine integrity, effortlessly. In this way, you are liberated from the pressure of outside judgment and aligned with the cosmic principle of truth. Cultivating inner stillness is one of your most powerful tools now, for from the quiet center of your being, you send out ripple effects that help reformat Earth's energetic grids. In silence and presence, you enter the zero-point field, the womb of creation where all potentials exist in balance. It may seem as if nothing is happening when you are still, but in truth, this is the point of everything. Within that sacred quiet, you become a pure conduit for Source energy. The light of your soul, unencumbered by mental noise, radiates outward in concentric waves. These subtle waves carry new information, light codes, that interface with Gaia's own energy body. Each time you sit in meditation, pray from the heart, or simply dwell in a moment of peaceful awareness, you are broadcasting a harmonizing signal into the planetary grids. You are literally helping to recode Earth's vibrational blueprint with your calm, centered frequency. If you can do this in conscious union with Earth herself, the effect is magnified even more. For example, one simple earth-anchoring practice is to stand barefoot on the soil, breathe in rhythm with the land, and intone the sound M on your exhale as a gentle hum. As you do this, feel your heart merging with the heart of Gaia. In those moments of grounded stillness, The love light you hold pours directly into the planetary lattice, strengthening and balancing it. This is how quiet lightworkers weave light into Earth's crystalline grid. Though unseen, these energetic infusions accumulate, restructuring the subtle architecture of Earth's field. In zero-point stillness, you also unlock crystalline codes within your own being. Dormant knowing and abilities come alive as the higher light flows through you. You may notice insights, intuitions, or gentle inner shifts arising after periods of deep stillness. These personal transformations are mirrored in Gaia as well. The stillness you cultivate sends out a calming, organizing resonance that ripples through the collective, helping to stabilize and uplift the whole. By regularly touching this inner silence, you not only nourish yourself, but also contribute immensely to repatterning Earth into her next octave of light. Beloved ones, your planet is presently being bathed in a sacred influx of light, a phenomenon we call the spiral nova, which is enveloping Earth in 5D harmonics. As you move toward the upcoming June light surge, these cosmic frequencies intensify, saturating the planetary field with waves of transformative energy. Its purpose is to elevate the vibrational baseline of the planet, infusing every particle of Earth's atmosphere and grid with higher codes. The 5D harmonic frequencies carried by this spiral nova are unlike anything Earth has sustained before. They bring a resonance of unity, peace, and accelerated evolution. Importantly, this event is both planetary and intimate. The spiral nova is not only transforming Gaia's external environment, it is also reaching into the inner cosmos of your personal world. Each of you is being touched at a deep level by this influx. The surge of light is catalyzing upgrades within your body and subtle bodies, helping to recode your DNA and awaken dormant capacities in your biology. It is also expanding your consciousness, gently pushing open the boundaries of perception so that you can see beyond old limitations. You may find your sense of identity and purpose, your mission, coming into sharper focus, or even shifting as this energy works through you. In essence, the spiral nova is redesigning your very being and reality from the inside out, aligning you and Earth with a more refined 5D blueprint. We encourage you to welcome this process with an open heart, knowing that it is part of the divine plan of planetary ascension. Though these energies can feel intense, they are acts of grace accelerating the liberation and upliftment of all life on Earth. Breathe with these light waves, ground yourself often, and trust that a new dawn is emerging from this powerful spiral of light. The waves of energy now active are triggering a revelatory recoding within your physical form. Your DNA, biology, and nervous system are all undergoing upgrades as part of this shift. At the deepest level, dormant sequences in your DNA are being activated by the incoming light. Strands of your genetic code that have been latent are now waking up and beginning to express new information. This allows your cells to hold more light and to function in expanded ways. Many of you are transitioning toward a more crystalline, light-infused physiology. Your biology is learning to operate at a higher octave, recalibrating organ by organ and cell by cell. Alongside this, your nervous system is being retuned to carry much higher frequencies than before. The influx of spiritual energy and higher dimensional signals can be intense for your body's circuitry. Think of an old electrical system being upgraded to handle more voltage. At times, you might feel surges of energy in the body, heart flutters, heat waves, dizziness, disrupted sleep, or heightened sensitivities as your system adjusts. These ascension symptoms are not signs of illness, but natural indications of transformation. Your body is doing a tremendous job of integrating the new codes, but it calls for extra care and patience. In this period, honor your body's needs, rest, hydrate, and ground yourself regularly in nature. Remember that your body is your beloved vessel, adjusting as fast as safely possible under the guidance of your higher self. Offer it compassion and gratitude, and envision golden light filling each cell. As you nurture your transforming body, you allow the upgrades to unfold with greater ease and grace. In time, you will emerge with a physiology attuned to 5D, a body capable of holding far more light, a nervous system attuned to higher frequencies, and DNA realigned to its original divine blueprint. This is the physical ascension, the embodiment of spirit into matter, and it is an integral part of your overall transformation. You anchor the new earth by exercising personal timeline sovereignty and embracing quantum perception. You are not bound by the collective fear narrative. You are free to choose and inhabit a higher reality now. By consciously focusing your intention and energy, you step onto a new earth timeline instead of unconsciously writing old 3D dramas. Each time you do this, you anchor a piece of new earth in the here and now. With quantum perception, you realize reality is a web of coexisting possibilities, and that the future is a living field responsive to consciousness. Thus, you can shift your focus to the timeline of your soul's highest vision, becoming a conscious co-creator of your reality. In this empowered state, your everyday choices, made from love and inner guidance, physically build the foundation of the new earth around you. As more individuals do this inner work, New Earth is no longer a distant dream, but a forming reality. Each awakened heart contributes a unique code to the collective 5D matrix of this new world. You and your fellow starseeds, uniting in love, are forming a galactic bridge linking Earth back to the galactic community of light. This bridge is built by the harmony of human consciousness with universal love. Simply by living from your heart, you reconnect Earth to the cosmic family of light. The tipping point is near. Recognize the magnitude of what you are part of. You are the dawn of a new era. By staying sovereign, seeing beyond illusion, and uniting in love, you are birthing the reality past generations could only prophesy. Know that we, your Pleiadian family, and many beings of light, walk beside you every step, supporting and guiding you. We witness your challenges and triumphs, rejoicing in your collective awakening. Stand tall in your light and truth, for you are anchoring a radiant new world